This duffel is easily one of the most thoughtful and engineered, not only duffel packs, but travel packs that I have ever reviewed. But is it worth the hype? Is it worth the hefty $270 price tag? That's why we're here. That's what we're gonna talk about. Welcome to our PAKT One Duffel review. I'm Aaron Radcliffe from Nomads Nation, where we do the best travel gear reviews on the web. This video is split into different sections so you can jump to the part that interests you most. You like duffel packs? You dig backpacks? Hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Let's go. Okay, let's start this review by talking about some of the specs. So just to give you like an overall gist of the PAKT One. Ultimately, this is a travel duffel. This is not an everyday carry duffel. So we're gonna review it as a travel duffel. And we're gonna show you how this thing packs like a suitcase and sort of acts like a backpack in terms of its organization and its features. 3 color options: black, gray, and blue. The capacity is 35 liters, which is why it's not an everyday carry. It's definitely a short to long-ish term, one bag, travel, carry-on sort of system. It weighs 3.25 pounds, and the price is it's a hefty $275. That's a lot for a duffel. Next, let's talk about the style. And this is an interesting conversation, because I think it's got an interesting look to it. Just in general, it's like I wouldn't be surprised if there was like a Louis Vuitton logo on it. It's got like a premier sort of a designery look. At least that's the way it vibes to me. But let's talk about the different color options because it really will dictate this look and this feel. For instance, the blue features brass hardware. See that? And brass and blue have a vibe to it that is unique to itself. Yeah, it's kind of like a 60s classy, a little retro, but like still modern day. Really dig the blue and brass vibe. But on the flip side, the gray and the black feature silver hardware, and they look a lot more modern and a little bit more sleek. Ultimately though, when it comes to the style, I do think that this duffel says something. This has a little shabazz to it. Next up, let's chat about the materials, and spoiler alert, they're all really premium. For the exterior materials, it depends on the color. The black is a 420D nylon, and the gray and the blue are PU-coated polyester. The materials feel premium, a little bit of ruggedness to them, but surprisingly smooth as well. The interior materials too also depends on the color. The blue uses a gold cotton. It's not made out of gold, just for clarification, I just think it's the color. And the black and the gray duffels are a polyester interior. The zippers are all YKK. Interesting note, they are not PU-coated, which means they're not waterproof, but they are water resistant, and they are smooth. I mean, that's minimal effort right there. Wow, very smooth. And the hardware, as we talked about, brass for the blue version, gray for the black and the gray version. Tab thinks it's cast iron steel. Is that what you said? Cast iron. Truth be told, there's not a lot of information on the website about the origins of this hardware, but needless to say, it feels very strong. Okay, next up, let's talk about the comfort. And this is an enormous selling point of this duffel for me. Possibly the second biggest selling point after the engineering. It's really comfortable. We did reviews recently of the Peak Design duffel and the Boundary Supply duffel, and I had some qualms with their comfort. The Peak Design duffel, for instance, on the handles, have this magnet feature, which is fun, but extremely uncomfortable. And the Boundary Supply, while I love it, has a shoulder strap that doesn't have any padding on it. In contrast, the PAKT One duffel nailed the comfort on both of those elements. These handles right here are very comfortable. They have a nice like jelliness to them almost. I'm not sure what material they're using inside there, but it feels very soft and very cushiony on the hand. And then for the shoulder strap, we've got a really comfortable shoulder pad right here. We packed this thing out, so it's pretty heavy right now, and it just feels like it's a lot lighter on the shoulder because of that extra padding. Overall, highly comfortable. All right, now let's actually start to dig into this bad boy. We'll start with the outside of the duffel. A few highlights. Going to be the amazing quick access organization, pockets on either side that you can easily get your gear from, the impressive comfort of the handles and the strap, and these guys down here, the little nips. All right, let's talk about it. We'll start yonder We've got 2 external pockets, YKK zip, super easy to open. The first pocket is just a basic pocket. It's just kind of like a throw-all. I got my phone in there, hand sanitizer, earphones, no real organization, but it's nice just to throw things in, take things out of. I don't want to organize, I just need to bada bing, bada boo, I gotta go. The other pocket though offers a bit more in terms of organization. We've got a pen pocket right there, a small pocket right here, and then a mesh pocket at the bottom. I got things like eye drops, more tissues, and a pen in the pen holder. Who would have thought? These 2 pockets are one of my favorite features of this duffel because you got the best of both worlds. The throw all here, the more organized one here, and you've got a key leash with a nice brass hardware as well. So any of those things that you need quick access to while you're at the airport, whether it's your passport, your wallet, your phone, your headphones, that's where these go. Talking about the shoulder strap again, obviously we highlighted its comfort, but let's just talk about the attachment point right here. Super strong, super robust. You can see all the stitching in there, all the padding. This whole thing is gonna last the test of time. Tab says it reminds him of the way that punching bags are built. Ow, that was dumb. Moving up with the actual shoulder strap, as I mentioned, comfortable. Here's why. It's almost like a gel sort of a feel to it. I mean, whatever materials they're using in there are obviously high quality. Moving on to the other side here, we've got 2 more pockets. This first one has a unique selling point where it's a dedicated TSA pocket. PAKT's like, you're at the airport and you're going through security. They're like, please sir, empty your pockets. And you're like, no problem. You pop this guy out, take everything out of your pockets, put it right in here, pass it through the metal detector, take all the stuff out, redistribute them in your pockets, you're good to go. I'm not sure if I think this is like a revolutionary idea, but it's nice to have. And even if you don't use it for that particular situation, it's just a nice other pocket to have. And then located north of that, we have a magnet pocket. Yet again, kind of a throw-all. I'm keeping my PAKT tote in there. This does not come included, okay? They sent it to me though with the duffel. This is $20 US. Really high quality tote. So for me, this is the perfect spot for it. The magnets are strong, keep in place, nice. Really interesting note, good point Tab, about these zipper pulls. Really robust. Look at that heavy stitching right there. The material has just a nice feel on the hands. And this stitch right here helps give a little bit extra grip, which is nice when you're pulling zippers because it helps. And then on the bottom here, we have a little bit of extra protection for your gear. We have these corners that are just like protective corners. And these metal studs just kind of act as like feet. So in essence, it just kind of wears out slower. Okay, now we're gonna get inside the actual duffel. And this is where you really start to see how unique of a product this is. So let's start with the main zip. And this is the unique selling point. It's a duffel that packs like a suitcase. And here's how. Big chunky YKK zip going the whole way through the bag, and then kaboom! You got like a suitcase. You look at this now, like if you just saw this, you'd be like, that's a suitcase. But then you're like, it's actually a duffel, but it's a suitcase. This is pretty cool. You know, look at the Boundary Supply duffel. It's like, hey, I'm a duffel, and then there's like a big old black hole in there, and like, that's it. But this like transforms into this whole new experience, and it's just really fascinating. Let me run you through it all. So basically the way that this works is that you've got this main zip that splits the duffel in 2. And then there's 2 smaller zips on either side. And in essence, those smaller compartments are the same on either side. The difference being this half is the laptop/tech compartment, and this half is separated with the mesh. Let's start over here. So here we have, in my opinion, the best selling point of this entire system is a laptop compartment. What did you say, Aaron? Did you say a travel duffel bag has a laptop compartment? That's exactly what I said. There's a laptop compartment. We reviewed a lot of duffels here. Never seen a designated laptop compartment in one. It's a complete game changer for somebody like me. And it's pretty simple. It's just right here, unzip, kaboom, laptop right there. They intelligently put it in the middle of the bag. So the entire time I've been reviewing this, the laptop has been in there. And you can see it holds up perfectly. Because the weight is centered, the laptop is standing up just like this. It's gonna be protected by a whole bunch of clothes and a little bit of a padding and false bottom at the bottom to ensure that if you pop this bad boy down a little bit too hard, your laptop's not gonna get damaged. Do not throw this to the ground, but you know, lightly put it down, everything will be okay. This laptop storage compartment is big enough for a 15-inch laptop, this guy right here, and it's a pretty pretty meaty section. So we also got a tablet in there, and they both were a nice snug fit. I could have put another laptop in there, I feel like. Now, we have the zipper above the laptop compartment, which basically gives you access to this area. So if you ain't traveling with a laptop, you can kind of like do one of these and have access to it, or fold it over a few times. It's not a perfect sort of system there, but I guess it is nice to have, because if you're not traveling with a laptop, you just want to put this down and have it split into 2 sections as opposed to like 3, because you have to understand this is one element of criticism as to where the user experience of this duffel can be a little complicated sometimes. There's a lot happening. On the flip side, we've got a pocket right here. I'm just using this for like a little notebook. I've got a portable battery in there. We've got a couple of mesh pockets on either side. The mesh feels a little rough, a little coarse. It's kind of cheap, but it's not a deal breaker by any stretch. But here's what's cool. Each section is also independently accessible. So let's put this laptop / text sleeve back up. And let's say we wanted to close this guy up. When you're at the airport and you're just waiting for your plane, it's like, oh, I want to grab my notebook from this side. You've got the little like 3/4 zip, and it gets you access into this pocket by itself. Okay, but back to the main zip right here. So we just talked about this side, the tech side. Let's talk about the mesh side. Love me a mesh divider. I get to see exactly what's in there, because I forget all the time. I'm like, where's my notebook? I'm like, oh, it's right there. Thank you, mesh divider. Thank you for being so meshy. Just like with the tech compartment, you can access this mesh panel over here via zip, grab what you need. Got my notebook, good to go. Also, how awesome is my new moleskin, that powder purple blue? But then you can access it over here as well. So you wanna grab your clothes real fast, maybe just grab something on top. Like that's just really quick and easy access. Take these clothes out, you can see that this pocket is just like the flip side pocket, where we have a zipper pocket system right here and 2 mesh pockets, similar quality as the other ones that I mentioned. That's it. Overall, the interior of this duffel is its unique selling point. The engineering, the thoughtfulness, the design, the laptop compartment. And it's quite cool because when you get inside this thing, you realize that even though it's only 35 liters, you can fit a lot in here, man. If you're just doing a weekend trip or even a month-long trip and you're doing a bunch of laundry to keep your clothes clean, this thing can take you anywhere you need to be. All right, so we're gonna start wrapping this review up by talking about the overall pros and the overall cons of the PAKT One Duffel. Pro number 1, kind of obvious. The next level, organization, features, engineering, all that stuff. This is a duffel that transcends a duffel. Pro number 2, I think it just got a dope look to it. Like it's unique, it says something. It's got a vibe to it that you don't necessarily see on other duffels. Pro number 3 has got to be my personal favorite, which is the fact that I can put a laptop safely in my duffel. That is sweet. And pro number 4 is something I didn't mention previously, but I want to highlight it real fast, is that PAKT is a company that is focused on sustainability. They are all about reducing waste, so much that receiving this bag in the mail was amazing because it was a plastic-free experience. No plastic, just brown paper, really well done. It told a story, it was very intimate, and at the end of the day, I want to support eco-friendly causes wherever I can, and I love what they did with that. But let's talk about some of the cons. Con number 1 is it might be a little bit too complicated of a user experience for some people. Some people just want a duffel for its simplicity. A big old compartment, you throw your stuff in, you call it a day. Apparently Tab's auntie would call duffel bags a cow stomach. And overall con number 2 is that I'm gonna say, at almost $300 US for a duffel, it's pricey. So let's talk about who this duffel is for and who can take a pass on it. The PAKT One Duffel is 100% for you if you're looking for a travel duffel with next level features and organization. They don't make duffels like this very often. So if that sounds like you and you're gonna make a purchase, please use the links in the description. It helps make sure you get the best price and it also supports our channel. This duffel is also 100% for you if you're like, I need a duffel and I need a duffel that can carry my laptop safely. I haven't seen anything else that accomplishes it. It's kind of a no-brainer. If that sounds like you and you're gonna make a purchase, please click the first link in the description below. This is also the duffel for you if you're looking for a duffel that'll last a decade. Whether it's the robust stitching that you find located all over the duffel, or the chunky YKK zippers, or the strong brass or metal hardware, it's gonna last the test of time. But let's talk about on the flip side. I got a few people that I don't think this guy is for. Pretty obvious, but just in case you're still lingering around here wondering, can I use this as an everyday carry duffel? No, this is not for you. If you need an everyday carry type duffel that can also double as a travel duffel, check the links below. I've got better solutions down there. Just for you. You'll love it. This is also not the duffel for you if you're looking for like a more basic duffel. If you just kind of want a cow's stomach, is that right? You're just looking for a cow's stomach type duffel. There's too many knicks, knacks, pockets, and features on this guy. Check the links below. I've got some simpler duffels down there that I think that you'll much more appreciate. And finally, this is not the duffel for you if you were interested in finding a duffel that can also double as a backpack. This guy is a duffel that kind of doubles as a suitcase, but there's some duffels that you can also wear as a backpack. If that sounds like you, check the links below. I got a few half duffel, half backpacks down there that I think you'll like. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are finished. Thank you so much for watching our PAKT One Duffel review. If you're still here and you found this review useful, the best way to support the channel is to hit the like button and give us a comment. What do you think about my analysis? Do you think the bag kind of has like that classy look to it? Do you find the user experience to be complicated, or is it a little bit simpler than I'm painting it to be? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks so much, guys, and we'll see you next time.